What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in a motherfucking building. This time I am back, honey, for a little brief recap of Married to Medicine LA Season 1, and I guess I'll have the episode in the description. I'm not really even supposed to be recapping this regularly, but I really like the show. It's just really a good quality show. So I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm not going to talk about every goddamn thing because you know how I am. Everything is not important. Okay, so let's take where we left off. We left off with that stupid ass Jasmine. She's talking to the intuitive. And basically, she's being all defensive and combative with the psychic intuitive lady. And it's just so unnecessary. All she's doing is asking you about your husband. What does he have to do with this? And why I gotta talk about him? I'm coming to you about me. And, you know, just so fucking defensive. She ends up getting smart with the lady, getting up, going to the bathroom where Britton is. Both of you bitches did not want to share your life. Both of you bitches have things going on in your life that you don't want to deal with. You don't want to deal with. You're not ready to come to grips with. I like Britton a lot more than Jasmine, so I can kind of tolerate Britton in this moment more than Jasmine, but they on the same level as far as not being open and not really keeping it real and being genuine. That is what I get from the dynamic on this show. You know, they both need to make changes in their life and they're not willing to do it, you know. And they keep trying to blame the psychic lady. The bitch is just calling out what she sees. You bitches are not real. Real people accept critiques and criticism and they open up. You guys are closed. You don't want to hear nothing. Britton, that explains why you in a situation you in with your husband. Truth be told, it's a direct motherfucking reflection of the reason why you are in the situation you are in with your husband, where you can't find a house, you can't decide where you want to live, you just all over the fucking place. And it's something unhealthy in Britton's marriage. There's some type of unhealthy dynamic with her husband. It's like he puts too much pressure on her. He doesn't act like a partner. Honey, I may be reaching, honey, but yeah, that's what I intuitively feel, honey. Okay, so Jasmine then ran off. Imani gets in the chair and basically the psychic lady just lets Imani know your problem is simply you need to learn to let go. You being very open to this process, you accepting everything of what I'm saying, that lets me know where you are, but if you want to go further in life, you have to learn to let go and leave things behind. Stop saying that you're not okay and you're okay. You're fine. And I think Imani kind of has a little bit of insecurity with not having that relationship, you know, with her dad. Even though her mom had already talked to her and told her she needed to let that go, it still bothers her that her sister has a relationship with him. And, you know, she doesn't. It still hurts her. You know, I believe the mom and dad broke up when she was 8. And you could kind of tell she just never got over it. Next, we got another fake ass bitch, which is Shanique. This bitch get in the chair talking about transparency and she's working on transparency. And, you know, when she says things, people take it the wrong way. You are a fake ass bitch, just like your little sidekick, Jasmine. The psychic called that bitch out. She said, you sitting up here talking about transparency and you got a damn mask on. Take the mask off, bitch. And I love how the psychic read her on her intentions on hurting Asha. She said, you had every intention on hurting that woman. You were having dual conversations with people about her situation. You are not being genuine. You are not being transparent. And then that's when this bitch gets upset in her feelings because her fake ass is being called out, called to the carpet. I loved it. I lived, honey. Noelle was up in her confessional living for it too because she know Jasmine and Shanique is some fake ass bitches. Okay, so we get to this situation with Shanique and her husband, and he comes off very sexist to me. He already a short little thing, honey. He ain't my type of man, honey. Shanique gives me fake ass, low budget, dollar store version of Evelyn Lozada. That's just pretty much what I see when I look at her. She up here whining again about, not being able to make her daughter's extracurricular activity. I forgot what the fuck what she missed. But she missed one of the activities the girl had to do. And it's just like, bitch, people have this problem all the time. You're not going to be able to make it to everything. But if you have enough of a good relationship with your child, they will still love you. They will still accept you. The little girl said it was okay, so why you still whining about it? Now, on that side, I was on your husband's side a little bit because, you just come off, Shanique, like you just want to bitch, moan, complain, whine, just for the fucking sake of it. You be having the most basic of fucking issues, Where her husband is sexist to me, he gonna say some shit later on in the episode, like, cause she was bitching and complaining again, that's what she does. And he was just like, well, why don't you quit your job? Cause I think she got a call that there was some flooding in some of the units, that she is. What is she? I know she's in real estate. Maybe she's a property manager of the properties. I'm not sure, but I know she's in real estate. And it's just like, okay, you have that issue and, you have to work it out, but, she's stressed. And I understand that, but her husband, for him to just come out and say, well, I just feel like, why don't you just quit your job? And, and she even said it herself. She was like, why does it feel like, and a lot of men do this and they do themselves a disservice when they do this dumb shit. A man will act like your job is nothing and his job is everything, because he's a doctor and he's seeing patients. And, I think he even mentioned something in the confessional. Saying, well, did nobody lose their life like in my job, and she was like, yeah, but people can lose their motherfucking house, so it's just like, why are you comparing? Like, this is your wife. You supposed to be a listening ear, you supposed to be understanding. Both of them are kind of irritating, if you ask me, Because she be whining and shit about the most basic of things. And then he just is misogynistic. And then she brought up a good point, though. Because he tried to say, well, you need to, try to have a day where, you are able to be at the kids' extracurricular activities. And then she was just like, well, why I got to sacrifice everything? The woman always has to say. And I feel like that's true in a lot of situations. I feel like that's what people expect, just simply because you're a wife. You're supposed to be the one to sacrifice your schedule, what you got going on. Meanwhile, the motherfucking man get to go to work and not feel no guilt and not have, no thought about your dreams. He doesn't really care about you, long as he's able to go to work and do what he need to do. They need some motherfucking balance in their relationship. We actually had a scene in here where she actually was in tears. And then part of the last scene was he had an attitude because he had came home late and he couldn't see the kids. She done got them off to bed. And I'm just looking like, okay, you want her to have these kids up all day, and then, so you're going to wake them up when you get home, and then if you have to leave, you go say, oh, well, it's on their mother to put them back to sleep. No, motherfucker, if you wake them up, you will be putting them back to sleep. See, this right here is why I don't want to get married. Because you ain't about to be talking to me all stupid and shit. If you do anything that's negative or that affects me, you're going to fix it. So you wake them goddamn kids up, motherfucker, you will be putting them back to sleep. Got it? Yeah. We also have a scene where Imani finally meets her sister that comes from her dad. So I was really happy that took place. And I'm also happy that these two have stayed in contact for so long. That's really important for sisters to develop a bond if they can. So that was really nice to see. The last thing I'm really going to talk about is this whole get together that Britton put together. Basically, she gets all the girls together because she feels like the group has kind of been torn apart, different people shading the other person. Had you got Shanique saying what she said to Asha, and you got Imani shading Jasmine's husband's house or whatever. So, she just want to get all her good girlfriends together. I really love Britton. I didn't really care for you the last episode because I just cannot with bitches that are not open and ready to deal with their life. But you redeemed yourself with this get together. I thought it was nice that she said nice things about each of the women. I thought that was just very nice and sweet. And it showed how much of a good friend she is and how she, like I said, is the Dr. Jackie Honey of this group. Did y'all see next week's episode? She's gonna announce she's moving back to Orlando. No, Brittany needs you on the show, girl. We can't have you leaving. Jasmine still holding a grudge towards Imani. Bitch, you need to let it go. I'm so sick of everybody talking about how fine Jasmine is. Look, the girl is petite. You can see a pretty petite woman anywhere that look way better than fucking Jasmine. Jasmine is not all that pretty. And in my opinion, I find Imani as the most striking. And Jasmine was trying to make little shady ass comments about Imani and how she looks. I'm like, she look better than your ass. You ain't all that old fake ass dollar store Barbie looking bitch. Child, let your girl calm down. I just cannot with Jasmine. I don't like her or Shanique. I feel like they're very fake. They're very superficial. The fucking psychic called them bitches out on that, and that's that. All right, you guys, that's all I have to say about Married to Medicine LA. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will check you guys out later.